What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. In the last video, I got the frame and the swing arm for the SX500 all put back together. Also moved on to the next piece of the project, which is the wheels. I got both the front and back wheels completely stripped down to the rims and hubs. Everything is now sanded, everything is scuffed up and ready for paint. Stay tuned. If you didn't see the last video, definitely go check it out. This is the freshly painted frame and swing arm all put back together. I got a few of the accessory pieces put back on, the foot pegs, the kickstand, the shock, and the caliper. I really wanted to go ahead and move on to the wheels because this is going to be a major part. As soon as I can get these back on, get the front end finished, I can go ahead and actually ride the bike. Got both wheels completely disassembled, got all of the spokes taken out, got the brake disc off, got the sprocket off of the rear, the freewheel off of the rear. These things are completely sanded down, completely scuffed up. Both wheels just need to be taped off. I've got a few things I need to plug up and then they will be ready for paint. Rims and hubs are all finished up. The paint came out looking absolutely amazing. Extremely happy with how the hubs came out. I got really good coverage. Was really afraid in all these inner areas it was going to be hard to get into, but I was able to get everything. Especially happy with how the rims came out. One, I absolutely love the color, but also everything looks absolutely smooth. Here's another look at it in the light over here. Can't wait to put these back together. I think the color combo is going to look awesome. So happy to be to this point. So happy to have this paint done. For the primer, I use the same primer I always use. It's the U-Pole System 20. It was about 85 out. I still use the slow hardener. I didn't use this with the primer. I actually used slow reducer. For the base coat, just good old rattle cans. I will say this, if you try to use this fluorescent paint, this stuff does go on very thin. You can't really layer it on because it leaves streaks. This thing you can really do is just on your second coat, spray everything really heavy. Just make sure you get good coverage. These Painter's Touch 2X cans though, this stuff actually has really good coverage. It lays on really nice. 2 medium coats and it was perfect coverage. And for the clear, same clear as always, the Gentech kick-ass clear down here. I used the slow hardener, and then what I did is I threw in the extra slow reducer. This time, because it was 85 out, I did only throw in about 5%. Not sure if it made a difference or not, but I did not get any solvent pop in the rims. Did get a little bit on the hubs, and that's only because of trying to get every single area. It was laying on a lot thicker. Still looks much better than the swing arm did before I polished it. I think adding about 5% of that keeps that clear coat soft enough for that solvent to escape. The other thing that I am extremely happy about is my little makeshift paint booth with the pop-up canopy. It works out really well, and for spraying the clear coat, I do wrap around it. It just helps to keep bugs and dirt and things like that out. It also completely blocks all the wind off when you wrap it around the top. And because there is no light in there, it is really hard to spray the clear coat. The base coat's not hard and the primer's not hard. You can see it actually being laid on. But because the clear coat is clear, the only thing you can really look for is the wetness. I bought this light a while back. I used it a few times in the garage, but it worked out really well for this little canopy. Since I have no light under the tent, this thing puts light directly on the piece. It slides onto the gun right there. It doesn't add a whole lot of extra weight. This thing actually was a tremendous help this time. The other thing I threw on, which I did last time when I did the frame and swing arm too, was this little headlamp. It just adds extra light to have on there. These have had about a week to dry and cure up, so they should be ready to start rebuilding. I'm going to go ahead and start lacing up and truing one of these wheels. is completely put back together. I got everything on. I got all the spokes in, and then I got the wheel trued on the stand. For anyone who's curious, I did actually just buy this. I actually got it off of Amazon. When I did the wheels on my 450, I actually just did it on the bike with a zip tie. I remember how difficult it was because it did move around a lot. The zip tie did not always stay in place, so I was constantly having to mess with it. Being able to tighten this little needle down any direction that you need to was really, really helpful. I only showed me doing the side-to-side lateral movement, but I did do the up and down, the vertical also. Once I got everything rolling straight on the stand, I went ahead and put everything back on the wheel. I got the caliper on, got the sprocket on the other side. I did take the little guard off. I also got the bearings and the little rod in there in the center put in. As you can see here, it knocked a little bit of that paint off. Not really worried about that. This was a very, very thin piece. I can just touch that up if I need to. However, what was really disappointing, and I was terrified of putting on this tire, you saw that I did use the rim savers when doing this, but I ended up scratching the rim anyway. If I'm being completely honest though, I am very, very proud of myself because I did think it was going to scratch it up much, much worse. Right here where the valve stem is at, it scratched it. This was actually not even from the tire spoons. This was me trying to feed this through. Because the valve stem is curved, it was a little bit harder to get it to feed through when I actually had the tire already on there. I ended up getting a pair of pliers to try to help me pull it through, and when I did, it slipped and scratched it. It is unfortunate. It's my own fault. I'm not going to repaint this just because of that. However, I may just take some of that spray paint, spray it out, get a little dipstick, and just touch it up. Overall though, very, very happy to have this thing done. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I think the color combination came out looking really, really good. Unfortunately, right now, I'm not going to be able to finish the front wheel. I have all of the spokes to do it, but some of the spoke nipples were actually rusted, very rusted, and they were no good. So I'll just put that one back together in another video. I am going to end the video here. Super, super pumped to have these things done. Like I said, I think the colors came out looking awesome. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can finish seeing this build, and I will catch you guys next time.